Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Rob here, Fully Loaded Customs. On today's video, I'm here at the pick and pull, and we're going to be grabbing some parts off this 86 for the 91 I just picked up and got it running and driving. Stay tuned for today's video. All right, cool guys. So we're here at the pick and pull in Edmonton today. Going to grab some parts off this 86 Firebird. So it's got a good set of fenders on it here. It's got a good set of doors there as well. I'm really excited about the rear quarter panel piece. Going to cut this right down the center there. Take that back half from my car I need on the 91. Mine's all dinged up for the jack or whatever was in it. Would have been nice if it had the tail lights. Don't have those, but we do got this other quarter panel section here on the driver's side. I am going to just cut this little chunk out. I do need that for the 91 that I'm looking to rebuild. But got a lot of good parts on the Firebird here today. So car is going to get crushed, so we might as well just take everything we possibly can from this car. Let's just strip it right down. I mean, she does got a nice bumper on it, so I'm definitely going to need that for future build for sure. And it's also got this front fender on the driver's side. So anyways, let's set the camera up here and let's get this stripping down this Firebird today. So the bumper cover at this pick and pull is $58. The entire bumper assembly is $65. So for the extra $7, I'm going to get all the inner structure that's in here as well, all the inner plastics, the lights, everything that's attached to the bumper. I'm also going to go ahead and I'm going to remove the two lower spoiler splash guards and reattach them to the bumper so I can get them for that same price there as well. So now that we got the bumper off, let's go ahead and grab that, get that fender, get that taken care of. So for removing the fenders on the Firebird, basically you got two bolts down here, you got one there, and then one at the back, which is right over there. Two on the bottom, they're connected to these arms, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here, and at the very bottom, which this has been conveniently crushed. There's also 1, 2 here too as well. So not too bad. They also have all the inner fender pins here too, but those have already been all cut out, so don't have to mess with those. Pretty easy. So let's get to pulling this fender. So we got the front half of the car all stripped down there, got the fenders, bumpers, hood off. So now let's go to the back half of the car, get ready to cut this quarter panel up here. So my back half of my section of my quarter panel of the 91 is pretty banged up. So I'm going to probably cut it right down the center here. And what's funny is if you cut on this side, it's 89, and this side is 135. So because the front half of this quarter panel is in rough shape at the bottom, I don't need it. I'm going to cut it straight down the center here and take the back half of the core because basically my quarter panel got kind of banged up. They must have had the jack or something rolling around in it. So I really only need the back section in that part. And I think I was saying like before, I'm just going to get this little tiny quarter panel extension piece here on the driver's side for my 91 because whatever reason, it must have got backed into something because that's been banged up there as well. So let's get to cutting. And then so too, just before I cut this car here, I'm not really one for cutting up cars. I'm all about restoring them, getting them back on the road and giving them a second chance. But realistically, this car is going to be scheduled to be crushed probably like in 10 days or something. So we might as well use all the parts I possibly can use to get some other Firebirds and Trans Ams back up on the road. So let's get to cutting now. Perfect. All right, cool. So we got the quarter panel section here all cut out with the I-pole, U-pole. So originally I was just going to cut on this line here, but because it's the I-pole, U-pole, I'm going to get charged for that piece or the entire thing. So might as well take the entire inner structural piece as well. And what's pretty good is it's just this little section at the bottom that's rough, but on my car, conveniently, that's the only portion of the rear quarter panel that's any good. It's from that basically that black line down. So I got a good quarter panel section here for the 91 Firebird. So now that we got the passenger section here, let's go over to the driver's side section, start cutting it up now. Perfect. All right, cool guys. So basically we've stripped off most of the parts off the car there today that I can pretty much fit in my pickup truck. Realistically, the only thing I could pretty much come back here and grab would be the doors. Hopefully they're still here in 2 weeks. I am picking up a free door later, so I don't have enough room, too much internet equipment in my truck. But if they're here in 2 weeks, I'm gonna grab them. Cool guys, so we're here 2 weeks later. Luckily the doors are still here because we're gonna strip those off today. basically strip all the parts we need off this car and use them to get some other Firebirds and Trans Ams up and running here. So it's got a good section of doors. It's got a good driver's side door on it here. I've got most of the bolts out on that one ready to be pulled. And then after I pull that one, I'm gonna have to get an engine hoist and raise this car up because they have it resting on the rim. I can't get the door open there. So we're gonna have to raise the car up, jack it up, get it off that rim. But first, let's go ahead and pull that driver's side door. So we got the car all raised up here, sitting off that rim so I can get access to my door to take it off now. Anyhow, so there's 3 half-inch bolts here, 1, 2, 3. Down at the bottom, you got one more right in here. And then when you go into the inside of the car, behind the kick panel's 3 Phillips screws to remove that. Down here you got 2 5/8 bolts to remove the rest of that door. So anyway, let's go pull this door. Come on. Yeah, buddy. So just got the 1 bolt left to get up on top here. I was able to close the door on this side, so this way it's going to stay latched. So whenever I take that last bolt out, I should just be able to walk over, undo the door lock there, and pull it right off. Other side, I didn't get so lucky because I couldn't close the door because they cut a section of the floor out down here. So had to put it on those tires. But this way here should work pretty good. Perfect. All right, cool guys. So we came back, we stripped this entire car down, took the whole front clip off it. We got the front clip minus the hood. Came back today, stripped both doors off. Both doors were in pretty good shape. The only thing that was really wrong with it is where they set it down on the rim, but I can hammer and dolly this section straight, so not too worried about it. Cut off the quarter panels for the 91 Firebird that I pulled out of the wrecking yard a couple weeks ago. Same with the other quarter panel extension piece for this, for the 91 over here too. Also recently just picked up an 86 Firebird the other day. It's got my T5 manual transmission in it, so that's going to be getting swapped over to the 91 here the next couple months. So realistically, from this Firebird here, we're going to be able to save probably 3 cars. The 86 Firebird I picked up, the 91 I just picked out of the wrecking yard, and also another Trans Am I'm looking to pick it up here, hopefully later October before the snow flies. So let's jump back to the other video I was recording 2 weeks ago and head over to the other pick and pull. So we're here at the other side of the town on the other pick and pull here now. So this 86 Firebird that's here, it's got the headlight assemblies I'm looking to pick up. I can always use these for other cars. And you know what's too bad is they friggin' dropped something on the back end of this car through the back hatch, through the back window, messed up my tail lights that needed. You know, geez, thanks guys. Could have used that full master exhaust under there. That would have been great too, but nope. Gotta go dropping through stuff through the Firebird here. Also did it to an 83 Camaro here too. Pretty frustrating. It's not like it's a Toyota Yaris. Could be using these parts. Anyways, let's grab that headlight assembly. So the headlight assembly is pretty easy to take off. So you got a 10 mil bolt here, 10 mil bolt there, and then once you lift the light, right underneath the light, there's another 10 mil at the bottom, another 10 mil at the bottom, and basically this whole assembly pulls out with the motor there too. So they're pretty quick to pull out. Not too bad. I've already gone ahead and got that one all pulled and ready to go. So I'll go ahead now and pull that passenger side one. So that pulls right out of there then too. So you just have to disconnect your motors, and on the back side, pull that piece out for the headlight there. And once you got those out, set to go. Might end up grabbing these lights here too. They're not broken, so the other ones on my bumper I just picked up are broken, so quickly unplug those and grab those as well. And at the same time too, when I'm going up to pay for these here, so the headlight, I think at Pick and Pull is about 15 bucks. The headlight assembly is $33. So you get the headlight, the outer casing, the top portion, and then you can also squeeze in the motor and claim that it's also part of the assembly. So all that 33 bucks aside, 60 bucks, 66, probably 70-ish with those lights over there, but not a bad deal. And from all the parts we picked up for these Firebirds today, even though these Firebirds are going to the crushing yard, they'll still rise from the ashes, and the Phoenix will give life to the 91 Firebird. So still happening. That Phoenix, she still rises, just in the form of giving to other vehicles as you continue on. So, all right, well, let's go get that. Let's go get the door now. So got the door all loaded up here now, tucked in there nice with all my internet equipment. Also, in case you're wondering, how to do internet installs while I was in the city. That's why the box is not emptied. Otherwise, it would have been the smarter thing to do if I was just heading down to pick up the Firebird parts. So just gotta squeeze everything here back inside, load that up. Should be a good day of picking and pulling and getting parts for the Firebird and the other Trans Ams. So I was really hoping the door was manual because I was planning on just rolling the glass down, but in this scenario it didn't work. But anyways, managed to cut a bunch of these slits in these boxes I had. So everything's held in there securely, it shouldn't bounce around. Everything's off the glass. I'm hoping it makes it. Let's just continue hoping that way. And then we got the over here. So the back seat of the truck, she's also quarter panel, headlight assemblies, tools. She's also stacked. So pretty successful day today. We got everything all loaded up here. Got the quarter panels, a couple pair of fenders, bumper, headlight assemblies. Got a ton of parts here for the Firebird and the Trans Am today. So now that everything's all loaded up, Tetris style, let's hopefully everything arrives in good condition there too. I was really hoping that glass would roll down. But anyway, there's a car coming, so let's jump in the truck and get the driving a little over 200 miles back home. Well, the good news is the glass survived the three-hour drive back home. The bad news is I'm already late to work by a couple hours here, so let's get to unloading those parts. Well, you know what? Late is late. So while I'm down here, if you're new to the channel, might as well show you the couple extra goodies I got down here while I'm here and while I'm already late for work. So I don't think it'll hurt that much. Hopefully it won't. So I got my other projects down here. So I got my 71 Chevelle. So this is a 71 Chevelle. I swapped the 70 front clip out on it. I did this one a little while ago. Same my 58 Impala. This is what I originally started my YouTube channel with, was this 58 over here. And man, these are she's costly vehicles to put together. So I figured, well, I got the Firebirds, the Camaros, the Trans Ams. I can get those at a really good price for the vehicles. I didn't get the parts at a really good price. So I'd be able to put some of those vehicles together at a budget. We can build them, resell them, get some more Firebirds and Camaros back on the roads. And then later on down the road, once I've saved and created enough revenue, I can get back to the Chevelle and the 58 Impala project over there. I'd love to drop a big 396 big block into this one here. Should be really sweet. The 396 where I feel 454 would be pretty good. But you know, I'm looking at 5, 6, 8 grand for one of those, where at 8 grand, I can realistically redo 2 of those Firebirds. 2 of those Firebirds, 2 of those Camaros. You know, 8 grand, I could pull that off and make that car almost look brand new at those costs. So looking to, I can build 2 cars at the price I need to get them ordered for this one. And this 58 Impala over here, I tell you, man, every time I go to order something for this car, she's $500. Everything. I'm not kidding you, man. So anyways, I have these, and also then outside of my original shop here, I've got my 1967 Impala SS convertible that's down here. This car was actually in really good shape body-wise. It's going to need some stuff like a couple of floors and stuff like that. And rear quarter section in the back. But this car was an original Super Sport 327 model, which would be cool. Love to get that original drivetrain for it, or a 327 drivetrain for it. Would be cool. Love how they have the Impala emblem and the speaker grill in the back seat. Made these cars super cool. Really nice. Can't wait to cruise in a convertible. That'd be my first convertible I own. So the only thing that was really wrong with it was this quarter panel section. I chopped that out. Got that all cut out. That's actually sitting in the garage there right now. And set and ready to go from when I can get to working on this here. But I got this sitting down here. And then over here I got my 1964 Impala. This is just a 2-door hardtop model. But still, Impalas are pretty sweet. I've always liked these. It's going to need quarters and inner and outer rockers. This would have been an original 283 car. And same thing with the interior on this one. It's going to need full interior rebuild on this here. I'm missing the back seats though too on this. There was a lot of questionable body work on it. It's going to need, like I said, quarter panels and stuff like that, floors. A lot of work into it, but it's going to be, she's going to look really nice when it's all put together and done. We will be getting to these builds here on the channel there too, at some point in time, once we generate that extra revenue from building, selling, and restoring a couple cars there first, and doing some custom paint jobs for people there too. Allow me to get the extra cash to put in here as well for these vehicles. So got everything unloaded here from the truck. So yesterday the pick and pull, basically, I think did pretty good. Got myself a set of fenders, got myself a quarter panel for the 91, another quarter panel piece here for the 91, got myself a front bumper and all the rear accessories on the back of it. Got 2 headlight assemblies here, plus all the motors and stuff on the headlights there as well. And I also got myself a door here too for another one. So all in all, for all the parts I picked up yesterday, the pick and pull, the fenders, doors, quarter panels, bumper, headlight assemblies, that other door there as well, it came out to roughly about 325 bucks Canadian, which would be about 240 bucks US. So you know, I don't like cutting the cars up and like stripping them down, you know, if they can be rebuilt. But in this case where I got this car, it's going to get crushed if I take these parts or not. So might as well, you know, use the ashes for the Phoenix to rebuild into a new one, right? So got all the parts I need for the 91, the quarter panel piece, the fender, the other quarter panel section over there as well. So I'm all set and ready to go in on it. I got a couple paint jobs I'm going to do. I'm doing a paint job for the 1980 Chevy Scottsdale and a 1997 Ford F550 crew cab dually, which is pretty good. But once I'm done now, it's going to give me all the money I need to get the paint and everything else to do the Firebird, to do another one I'm picking up in 86. And I'm also looking at picking up this 84 and this 85 Trans Am. I'll show you those there now too. Ha! But this is the 186 Trans Am I was talking about. It's got the 5.7 in it. It's got the 700 R4 transmission with the overdrive. And basically, it's all set and, like, it's not really set, ready to go. It needs a whole front clip, as you see, and it needs a set of doors. She's missing some parts. But the thing with that one is if I own it, I can rebuild it. And that's what I like to do. I like to give these cars a second chance of life. I don't like to strip them down and like send them to a crusher if I can avoid it. So this one here, because I'm getting it, I'm going to rebuild it. I'm going to show you exactly how much it cost me to do this. And I got this one here, this 86. This other 84, I think it's an 84. But it's in pretty decent shape body-wise here. It's only missing the headlight assembly. It's going to need some things like the interior to be done, obviously. But if you redo the interior yourself, get the door panels and stuff from Classic Industries, it's actually pretty affordable. So I just want to show people that, you know, if you pick these cars up looking like how these ones are, you can actually rebuild them at a pretty decent cost if you're willing to put in the time and the effort to do the body work, the paint, and everything else yourself. So you can have yourself a pretty wicked ride for a pretty decent budget. So that's what I'm planning on doing, these ones. Oh, and I also got this Z28 Camaro I'm looking at picking up here too, and do the same thing with it, do a budget build on it, see how good we can get this thing looking. The Camaro and that burgundy Trans Am, they both got a 305 in them, so let's they haven't ran for years, so we're going to do a will run video on those things here too, get them up and running. All right, cool guys. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to leave your comments down below in the comment section. If you guys take the time out to leave me comments, I'm going to make sure I take the time out to reply to you. I appreciate your feedback and appreciate you guys watching the channel. So we got all the parts we need now for the 91 Firebird. I just need to pick up primer and paint. And from all the comments in the Will It Run video on the Firebird, I'm 100% certain I'm probably going to stick with the blue color on this one. Looks really sharp, looks really nice. I might go with a turbo Trans Am hood on this, or I might go with the dual, the Ram Air hood with the two hood scoops on it. Maybe one of those two options. I think it would look pretty badass in the car. And finally, on top of it here now too, at the new shop, I got everything situated because I've just been working too much, and I'm actually supposed to be working right now. So they're probably wondering, where the hell is the internet guy? Just doing car things, not hooking your internet system up. Filming YouTube first. Priorities. Get the priorities straight. So anyways, got my tools all set here. Air compressor's all plugged in here now. I'm wired up. Got my upholstery bench all set and ready to go here too. Got my additional tools all organized and ready to go. My body work and supplies on the shelf. She's all set. My automotive stands and everything else, and my hoist over there in the corner. Finally set. We're ready to go. So now we can get to tearing down vehicles in the new shop, tearing them down, rebuilding them, repainting them, and giving these cars a second chance at life, which I'm super excited for. It is going to be awesome. And on top of that too, I'm going to get to figure out how to build a paint booth in this garage so I can actually paint somewhere where I won't get a bunch of dirt and bugs and things in it, and it's going to be fantastic. So, all right, guys, until next time, remember, if it's not Raglan, it's not custom. Let's catch you guys in the next episode, so take care.